Hi, everyone. It's Whiskey Wednesday. I am exhausted. I'm going to tell you right now, totally exhausted. But I'm here for you. We are going to paint some flowers. I got my new website going. And I also had a whole bunch of packages to ship. And Wilson. And my shipping wasn't working. So how to pay wasn't working, all kinds of stuff. Maybe my own fault. I thought I was techie. I might not be as techie as I thought. It's a whole new platform out there, guys. But my new website is up and going. If you haven't checked it out, you're going to have to check it out. It is pretty good. It's got a lot of tweaking to do, but I just don't have time to tweak on it right now. So is what it is for right now. It gets the orders coming in. It allows me to sell things. It allows me to have a spot for people to land for items. So, yay! Which I listed this today, and we are going to paint with this tonight. Trisha says hello. Oh, Patricia. I put my sticker, the Back Porch Collection, on there because I didn't want to ship this one because I've used out of it already. So this one is mine, but it doesn't come with that sticker on it. That's my other product that I listed on my new website, which is backwards. How about if I get you a camera going? I listed that on my website, and guys, I didn't realize I would sell as many as I did, but holy man, you guys are blowing me out of the water. I'm just amazed with how many people have ordered the Back Porch Collection. Let me I have these. This is what it is. I have these. I have these. There's more. All of these are done and ready to go. And I still have more to do. It's been amazing. Tell us more about it. Okay. So this is the Back Porch Collection, and this is the envelope. Painted that little snowbird right there because Wilson doesn't like him because he's only around in the wintertime. And that's my logo. You can scan that and go right to my website. I designed this cover, and let me show you what's inside. That one was for a customer already. So I have a whole bunch more that I need to ship out. But it's on sale right now, just until tomorrow morning. Then it's not on sale anymore. So let's go through. It's a mixed media package. So if you like mixed media, this is for you. So I'm going to go just in the order that it's in the envelope. So first of all, I have 3 scribble flowers. So I just scribbled those flowers. It's Whiskey Wednesday, guys. Happy Whiskey Wednesday. I scribbled those flowers. At first, I just did you this one, but then I scribbled those 2. So you can use them for mixed media. I did it in Debbie's Sisterhood of the Traveling Journal. And I did one of the flowers in an envelope there. So it was actually very good. Then here's my rice paper. So you have the daisies and this page on this side, and then another daisy and the other side of this one's in my journal, and this one is in the Sisterhood of the Traveling Art Journal. So you have 4 rice papers that you can do whatever you want with. Then you have a full sheet of the daisies that I painted. So this is a rice paper, so you can decoupage it onto whatever you want. And then this is the daisy that inspired me. So you get this rice paper that's on my website already. You get that one as well. So you get 3 of my rice papers. Then you get a sheet of recycled decoupage paper. This is an 8x10. So this is just a typography one. I'll include a little bird, something, bees. They're all going to be different. So then you got that paper, you got a floral paper, you've got a patterned paper, you have a sheet of wallpaper, textured wallpaper. And we're going to use some of that tonight. Then you get a couple sheets of music. You get a couple sheets from a book page, or from a book, not a book page. You get a couple book pages from a book. And then you get some deli sheets, which I taught you how to use those in the video, in the YouTube video. Hey, Sherry. Hello, hello. Then we have a music sheet, an index, encyclopedia page, a map, a dictionary page, some more music. This is all going to vary just because of whatever I have. There's a stencil. So this is a stencil design. We're going to use one tonight. And then we have, let me grab these. I have a couple patterned pieces. This is just an old vintage pattern. And then I have some words. There are sticker words. I have an IOD transfer, 2 IOD transfers. I have a paint inlay. And I have another little, just a little 4x6 rice paper, just kind of the fun little snowbird that I painted a while ago. And then you get the postcard, the thank you postcard. So all of that is wrapped up into this envelope, and it comes to your door. It is a fantastic way to journal and use those rice papers.
Obviously, it's
Fit? Oh, maybe it's DIY.
Lori Henderson, hello, happy DIY. Judy Hay, Judy DIY. Curto, hi, Connie Wilson, DIY. Patricia, that is awesome.
Thank you, Patricia. All right. So anyway, that product released, and you guys have blown me out of the water with that one. I do have to go back and hit my YouTube customers. Not customers, watchers. DIY. Yes, let's do a DIY. I'm probably behind. And Natalie says, happy Wednesday. I'm actually on time. I'm happy you're here. Thank you, Natalie. Yes, I'm here. Gert says, hey, Connie. Michelle says, hey, Connie and Wilson, DIY. Patricia is hello. Dina says, yahoo, Whiskey Wednesday. Natalie says, yay, congratulations on new website. Love the new things coming to your website. There's lots of things coming to the website. In my latest YouTube video, there's an announcement for another product coming to my website. So make sure you check that out. Gert says, hi, Wilson.
Hi.
Lou Ann says, good evening from Connecticut. Welcome, welcome. Natalie said, that's fun. Is that the DIY mixology set? Yes, it is. We're going to use that tonight to paint some flowers. Karen says, hi, Connie. Patricia says, tell us more about it. That's what I just did. Sherry says, hi, Connie and Wilson. Tony says, hey, everyone. Pam said, I love those papers. That's what sealed the deal for me. Yep, them are some good papers. The rice papers, those are exclusive. You're not going to get them anywhere else but in that back porch collection. Bobby says, fit Connie and Wilson or DIY Connie and Wilson. I'm not sure. Lori says, hello, DIY. Dina said, yes, I just ordered your back porch today. Thank you very much, Dina. Judy says, hey. Judy says, DIY. Shannon says, hello. Carol says, hi, Connie and Wilson. Patricia, that's awesome. Patricia, DIY. Mary Ellen says, hi from Massachusetts. Welcome. And yes, I love the new website too. Thank you very much. It's been a work in progress, but it's getting there. We're making it work. It's not been without stress. Wilson came home Monday, and I was almost in tears. Came home yesterday, and I was a little bit better. And then he came home today, and I was, again, stressed beyond stressed because I couldn't ship any orders still. But I was on the phone with support, and I finally got it. The orders will go out tomorrow. I'm so happy. Anyway, you're going to open up this box. This is a mixology box. You're going to open it up. Debbie has done a really good job with a flyer in there. She has a couple little different color recipes that you can use. You can scan this for recipes. And then she has a bunch of different colors. These colors aren't necessarily the ones that are in this box. And then she has, here's like a recipe for Minty Mermaid. It's 30% Old 57 and 70% mint chip. That one is not in this box, but that doesn't mean we can't make our own in here. So black and white are our first colors. Those are our basics. I think this kind of was the first mixology box. They are 2 ounces. And so if you get Sonnet's Maker's Box, it's the exact same size of Sonnet's Maker's Box. So if you're used to getting that size for Sonnet's box, this is going to be the 8 colors that are in there. So the first 2 colors are black and white. Those are perfect when you're mixing colors. Well, I'm sorry. This is weathered wood. This one's black. And then we have weathered wood. Weathered wood is that's my favorite brown color. You guys know I use that all the time. Then we have a green. I think this might be gypsy green. I'm not really sure. I should have probably known that, but I didn't. It says on my listing on my website. I should have actually copied that link and put it in here. Here's Summer Crush, an orange. Here is Queen Bee. We have Carnival Red, and we have Blue Iris. So the red, blue, and the yellow are colors you cannot mix. You cannot make, sorry. You cannot make these colors. So that's really good that these 3 colors are in here because you can make other colors using these 3 colors. So that's what we're going to do today. We're going to make flowers. And I'm going to see. Hey, Jody. Welcome, welcome. I don't know if I better not go over there and check. to see if I could do a link. I don't know that I can. So we're just not going to do it because I might lose you and I don't want to lose you. But these are the colors we're going to use tonight. This is on the website. So these are 8 2-ounce colors. And I'm going to flip them all over so my lids don't get all gunked up with paint, because that's one thing I don't like. I like to use the paint out of my lid first so that it doesn't dry and get all crusty on there. So I have this board. First, I have to do a DIY. I have to. I'm sure I'm behind. Dodie, you're new? Every time I say DIY, we take a drink. All right. So we're going to put a background on here. The background I'm going to do is a light blue. So,
thank you, DIY.
hey, Lisa, DIY to you. So, like I said, I don't like the paint to be in my lid because it dries out the fastest. So when you open these up, get the paint out of your lid first.
Dodie, vodka, whatever you're drinking.
Whatever you're drinking, Dodie. We're supporting ya.
Love it.
Yeah. All right. So we have, I'm not going to dip in my cover because I'm just going to dip my paintbrush in here a little bit. I want light blue. So I'm just going into my blue iris, just a very, very little bit. And then I'm going to paint this background in a light blue. You're probably going to hear my Oreo out there that we have today. Oh my goodness. He has been chirping up a storm all day. So there we just mixed light blue. I'm going to go into my white just a little bit more and have it a little bit lighter with some fun brush strokes. Now, we talked about how we were going to use this textured wallpaper. We're just going to add a few textures into this wet paint. So this is included in your back porch. So you can't really see it a whole lot, especially on camera, but it's there. I got to put my lids on. These paints are a lot smaller, so they will dry out a lot faster. So make sure that you're always covering up your lids. We're going to pull off some of this paint and get that pattern to show through. Another thing that you can do is take the blue paint. We're going to do this. Take a little bit of blue and we're going to brush it onto the wallpaper. And then we're going to put it onto our background. You're going to want to make sure you turn your wallpaper a bunch of different ways so that you don't get the same pattern. So textured wallpaper is really fun. There's a piece of it included in your back porch collection. Don't ever throw it away. I have wallpaper that has so many layers of paint on it, it's ridiculous. So sometimes you get lucky, and when you put it onto your project, some of that other paint will come off, and then you'll have that color there too. I have to go in with a little bit. I have a spot I don't like on here, so I got to cover it up. Just keep adding texture until you like it. Okay. I am done with the larger brush. So we're gonna wait for that to dry a little bit. I'm out of baby wipes. My Sam's order, I forgot to put baby wipes on there, and I didn't realize it until my order came. So I'm using Lysol wipes tonight. I'll be really sanitary tonight. All right. Is anybody? Oh, Sandy Dura says, "Hi, Connie and Wilson DIY." Thanks, Sandy. And we're gonna call that one a wrap. It's been a no, just that drink is done. I'll need another one. Oh no, we're not done, Wilson. Okay, so when I mix colors, I use, this happens to be a recycled paper plastic wrap that I got in Sonnet's Maker's Box. I don't ever throw any of these away. I use them for paint palettes and then I throw them away. So the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make some leaves. So they already have a green for us here. Actually, let's show you how you can mix your own. So like I said, I like to get this paint out of the lid first. A little blue iris. And a little, oh, this is liquid sunshine. This isn't even, I said queen bee. It's liquid sunshine. Even better for our flowers. So there's a little blue iris, a little liquid sunshine. I'm going to seal those up. Getting as much paint off as I can. And let's go in with a flat brush. We're going to mix those colors for a green. Why I'm using the blue iris and the yellow to make the green and not using the green already in the box is because I know that my green will coordinate with what I'm doing tonight because I'm using the colors that are already in the painting. So the blue iris is already in here. So this green is going to go very, very well with it. So we're going to make some daisies tonight and we're going to make some lavender. So lavender is very tall. I'm using my angled brush and I'm using the edge of it to make some very, very tall stems. And then we're going to have some daisies. So the lavender is very, very tall. And then we're going to have some daisies down here. And the lavender has very, very thin leaves. So I'm just making some, this one right here was a lavender too. We better make him a little bit taller. And back porch ordered. Thank you, Luann. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We better let everyone see that. Back porch ordered. Yes, thank you, girl. All right, so we're just gonna leave that. So I'm not sure if I'm gonna tie it down there on the bottom or how I'm gonna do that. So the leaves on the daisies are probably just a little bit bigger. So I'm using the flat end of my angled brush. And here's another daisy. And I barely touch it. And then I push down. To make the center of the leaf. You probably can't see that. So let me show you. Oh, I just got green paint all over Wilson. Okay. Let me show you how I'm doing that. I am going to have a painting class now that my website is up and going. You guys, I told you it was going to be in May. Well, it's looking like it's, I have to get the website just a little bit more. And then I'm going to do my art class. And so I'll be teaching you many, many tricks. So there's some stems. So I'm using just the sharp end of this paintbrush. It's very, very sharp. And to do that, I flatten it out by flattening it out in the paint. So now my brush is very, very flat. I go on to the paper and I push down and then I pull back up again.
Gosh, I wish I could hear you. You look like you're having fun here, right? Very convertible. Can't hear anything. The radio.
Well, we're having fun, Dodie. All right, so we'll do another one. And then this is the only step I'm going to teach you tonight. And then you're going to have to join my art camp in order to learn more steps, to learn more tips and tricks. So I start out and I just put my brush down and then I push down and then I come back up. Ooh, a T-bird.
What year T-bird?
Yeah, what year? She can't hear us. Oh. How fun. Okay, I think that's all the leaves we're going to add tonight. Actually, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's what we're going to do tonight. Okay, let me wipe off the green paint on my brush. Oh, you want a Lysol wipe to smell really good?
2002. You can hear it a little
You
bit.
can hear 2002. DIY to your fun ride. Okay. So now we're going to map out the daisies. I have some of this yellow here. I'm going to add water over here. And the daisy, we're just going to make a center right there. I don't want any of that blue in there. And then this daisy is going to be up here a little bit. And then this one, I want them not the same height. So this one, I'm going to push down here a little bit. Excellent. Yeah, don't drink when you're driving or riding. Okay, now for the daisy. We're going to go with this blue iris. I'm using the same angled brush. I can't draw a stick figure. Luann, I could teach you how. I could teach you how. Okay. So we're gonna do this daisy. Well, actually, it's kind of more like a Cosmo. So it has bigger petals than a daisy. I have to turn my board. So there's those. And then when I get to the front here, they got to be a little shorter. So that it shows that it's tipped a little bit. Okay. So there's one. These daisies are going to be different colors, but we're going to do them all in blue for right now, just because. So this one is going to be tipped out here. He's a little bit bigger. Kind of falling off the edge. And that one's kind of like facing right towards us. None of its sides are shorter, okay? And then this one, this one we're going to, which way do we want them to face? Let's face them this way. So we're going to put some petals that way. And then he's really short on that side. So he's like facing this way. Okay. Now we need lavender. So all we need to do is add red. We're going to add red to our blue. And we're going to get lavender. I don't know. I kind of like those flowers in blue. What do you think? Okay, we're mixing. We're going to go with a little bit watered down. We're going to mix the blue and the red together. That's going to give us like a blue violet color. Trying not to get any of that yellow or green in there. And then we need a little white swan. So I better be safe and go with a little white swan. So look at all the colors we've made so far that are not even in this mixology. Okay. So that's our base color for the lavender. Sometimes you have too much paint on your brush.
Hey, Sheila.
Hey, Sheila. And I can't paint when there's a lot of paint on my brush, but I don't want to waste it either. So I just scrape it off with my paint spatula. And then I get it on the tip of my brush. So lavender is like little tiny pieces up the stem. They're like in bunches. As far as what colors are in it, It does come with a QR code. There is a QR code in here somewhere. I thought there was. Oh, right here, right in front of me. There's a QR code right there that you can scan. So you can scan it and see what's all in the color. Like she has different color recipes. All right, so there's 3 lavender. We're gonna make some down here just because I feel like we need a little bit more color down here. And that one's not gonna have any. Okay, we need to lighten that up because we need depth. You didn't miss too much, Elaine. You can always go back and watch the replay either on Facebook or on YouTube. Facebook is deleting my videos. And so that's why I'm on YouTube also. They'll always be on YouTube. You're welcome, Lisa. I stuck my hand in the blue iris. So this is just white added to that red violet, which is given those lavenders some depth. Now we're going to add even more white.
Hello, DIY.
Hey, April. Thank you, thank you, thank you. DIY right back at you. So we added a little bit more white to this red violet, which is going to bring those flowers out just a little bit more. It's going to make them pop. We're not done with those daisies, don't worry. I want to do my trick I normally do with flowers and add some blurred flowers in the background, but I'm holding back. I'm not doing that. I'm not teaching you that. That'll be in my art class. Okay, lavender is about done. Now we have to go and, whoops, we got to fix those daisies. So I need some of this blue. And some white swan. This one's going to be the blue one over here. So we're going to go and add the light blue right over top. I was going to do it for the month of May, but my website just got up and going. So I'm not sure if it's going to be the end of May or June. My website just launched on Monday, so give me a little bit to figure out my schedule. But I am going to have an art camp where you can sign up for a membership and be a part of the membership of my art camp. And I will teach you how to paint every single month. And it will be like this, but I'll actually tell you in a little bit more detail what I'm actually doing. Because I'm telling you some things here, but not a lot. Okay. Now we're going to use some of the red and make a pink flower. Yes, I made it in blue over here, but we're gonna go back over in the red. It's okay if some of that blue comes through. Because look at how much depth it gives it now. And now we're gonna add some more white to that. So it makes it just a little bit pinkier. No, I was waiting for my website to be up because I'm going to have a landing page, and then you're going to sign up for my art class. You're going to actually sign up on the website, and that hopefully I'll have that up by next week. So keep watching my Facebook page, my YouTube page, my emails that I send out. I'll be sending it out in all of those methods. Hey, Tana. All right, now I went even whiter. And I'm going to brighten this up a little bit. Yeah, it should have been today, but let me tell you, this girl was stressed today, and hopefully it'll be tomorrow. Okay, that little pink daisies, that one's all done except for the center. Like, I love those petals. Look at those petals. They are perfect. This little blue one, he needs a little help. So let's add some white, some more white. We're going to make that pop in a little bit. Okay, then the last one's going to be yellow. So I got to get my little bit of yellow here. I didn't have enough. We're going to grab some yellow. This is Liquid Sunshine. My blue is still wet. That one I'm not liking yet. So Lisa, I think I might have signed you up too, Lisa. So you should get it. So tomorrow you should have an email. So make sure you check your junk mail. I did not send one today. Wednesdays are my day to send them, but I did not send one today. Elaine says, are you sure you're not Bob Ross's daughter? It might be. All right. We're going to go in a little bit of this green right here. And we're going to add some highlights to the leaves and the stems. Oops, not that one. That was pink. All right. We just have that little guy there yet. I don't like him. We're going to go in with more white swan. We're going to make him better. This is getting better. I have to turn so that why I have to turn is because my pointy part of my brush has to be on the end of the petal when I want to make full petals. These on this side are shorter because it's kind of tipped. So the end of the petal is like right here. Okay, and a little bit more white. Some of that blue is coming through, but I actually really like it. Like, look at the depth in that flower. Okay, this one over here needs to dry a little bit. Now we're going to come in with our liquid sunshine again, and we're going to re-put those centers in. What we did before was just placement. And now we can actually put the centers in. And then this is where weathered wood comes in. We're going to take a tiny dab of weathered wood and mix it in with liquid sunshine, which is going to darken that up. So I need a little bit more. And you're going to darken up those edges of the center. And then white swan to highlight the other side. It's looking really good, but that's not all we're doing. I gotta close up stuck my finger right in weathered wood. I must need a DIY. DIY. If you're late, this is the DIY Mixology Lab. There's 8 colors in here. Oh, they're right here on the front. So that's Fancy Farm Girl is the green. So it's White Swan, Blue Iris, Liquid Sunshine, Carnival Red, Fancy Farm Girl, Little Black Dress, Summer Crush, and Weathered Wood. So 8 of these are in there, and we've made this. You barely see any of the original colors that are in this kit in what I just created. So Natalie said, it is gorgeous. Thank you, Natalie. Now we're going to add a little bit more to it as soon as I get it to dry a little bit. I'm going to use a heat gun on it. So otherwise I won't be able to keep going. I got to make sure that it's really dry for this next. Okay, we are not doing punny lines. I know that you guys are like, what? But we are not doing conny lines. We're still going to use this brush. I'm just going to wash it. More Lysol wipes. Smelling pretty over here. All right, put that one away, put that one away, put that one. All I have out is my weathered wood. Listen, I need a piece of paper towel. And oh, I'll use this water so they can see. And I need some water. So I'm just going to squirt some water onto my mylar. And I have a piece of paper towel. I've taught this so many times on my videos. If you haven't seen it, you'll have to go back and watch. So there's some water. Here's a piece of paper toweling. And I'm going to get some weathered wood out. Thank you, April. Okay. Now I put my brush into the water. Ugh, it's not clean. One moment. Okay, I put my brush into the water. I pat it off on the paper toweling. I just stick the tip into the weathered wood, and then I rub it onto the mylar, back and forth, getting it mixed into the brush, but it's only on the tip. And now we're going to make some shadows. Whoops. Look at how that brings that painting to life. So you want to dip in water, pat some of it off, and then rub the tip of the paintbrush in the weathered wood. Has anyone tried this? Like I said, I've taught this so many times that somebody had to have tried it. I can turn my brush whatever way I need to, but you might have to turn your painting. See how it pushed that petal right back? It pushed that one behind the other ones. Excellent, Lisa. And now we're going to go around. Okay, look at that one compared to this one. Now we're going to do this one. I just pushed that petal back behind this one. Oh, yeah, you need water. Water's your friend with this process. Water and that paper toweling is your friend. You have to dip into that paper toweling the correct way. And you also have to have the perfect brush. And the perfect paint, I might add. Yeah, it does. Okay, so this is the only flower over here that's not done. Look at that difference. Okay, can see right here, I got a little dark. So what I do is I just go into water and I don't pick up paint again. And then I go right over the top of it, trying to drag some of it with onto a new location. I'm just trying to reposition what was there. You can wash your brush in between all of these, but I don't. You know I don't like to wash my brush. Nice. You should paint again. In my video where I was in the traveling art journal, I did the daisies and I taught this on the video. So if you want to see it over again, just go and find that video. I don't know if I give you good lessons. You'll have to let me know. Of course, Elaine. Yes, it's the best. Okay. So I like my centers to have a little bit of depth to them. So I go in and add a few shadow lines to the inside of the petals. Those are all little small details that you probably don't need. This one, they're curled over, so you don't want lines on those. All right. Now we have to do those lavenders. There's not really a flower shape to them. So we're just going to make it up as we go along. Yes. I have to flip this one over because it's small. I can do the daisies upside down, but I can't do these upside down. Are you seeing that difference yet? So I can tell that my brush is getting full of weathered wood throughout the whole brush because it's getting a little bit harder to put into this right spot. So I'm going to wash it. And get some of that weathered wood off. Then I'm going to go to a new spot. Then I can tell it's drier. So I got to soak that up into my brush again. Yes, Lisa. That's okay. We're still here. We're still here painting the details. I only have a few more to go. It looks like I missed one over here. This side of the stem didn't get it. All right, guys. The only thing I have left to do I have to sign it. And then, oh, we are not done. Now that my daisies are, I gotta put, yes, I lick my paintbrushes. Always have, always will. It's DIY paint. You can do that with DIY paint. I'm just gonna go in with pure white and give a little bit of highlight to the flowers or whatever else needs it. So it'd be like if the sun was hitting them. So again, kind of using the corner of my brush in the way that we just were. That one's already pretty light. Oh, Wilson sneezing. Yeah, he would not make it through alive without sneezing. You guys would think, what is wrong with him? He didn't sneeze. I swear he sneezes in his sleep. Judy said, bless you. He said, thank you. All right. Should we do some splatter? Let's do the lavender. See if I can rustle up enough lavender. That's the beauty of DIY paint, is you can reactivate it. Oh, and then I said we were going to do something else to the background. So let's dry this, and then we'll do that. Bobby said, bless you. He says, thank you. Let's dry this. And we'll have a few DIY bless yous. No, we're not doing county lines. We did shadowing, Lisa. No county lines.
Thank you, Lisa.
All right, if you get the Back Porch collection, you'll get one of these stencils. So one of these stencils is pretty darn fun. I have been a textured stencil addict since I got back from Royce's retreat. I kind of was before, but she really made me a stencil addict. Thank you. So we're just going to take this textured stencil and we're going to add some white paint, and it's really dry white paint. I'm not pressing down hard. I'm not making sure I have good contact with the stencil. And look at that. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Oh, we're froze? Okay. Then we're going to go up here and we're going to add some fun stencil marks up here. So all you're doing is you're just picking certain spots to add a little bit of texture to. And if it bleeds out, it bleeds out. Yeah. So in the Back Porch collection, you'll get a textured stencil. I can't tell you which one it is. They're a variety pack, so you'll just get whichever one I pull out. So now we have the two up here. We have the one down here. I'm going to show you how I put it right over top of my flower here. Let's go with this one. So I'm going right over top of my flower. So I'm just not going to go on top of my flower, and it's going to make it look like it was in the back side of my flower. Look at that. Makes it look like the flower was put on top of that stencil, which you could put it on top if you wanted, but that would require some planning on my part, and yeah, I didn't do that. We're gonna go right here. Thank you, Elaine. And now this spot down here just needs a little something, something. Let's go. If you have a couple different textured stencils, it helps because you can add different designs and you don't have the same one. Like I don't want the same one over here and the same one over here. So I'm trying to use a different part of the stencil. Here we go. All from the Mixology box. And now what I like to do with my stencil, my favorite thing to do with the stencil, I don't know how it's going to work with a Lysol wipe, is I like to clean it off over top of my project. Thank you, Caroline. So those are really subtle lines. You can't probably see them there, but I cleaned my stencil off on top of my project. That's a fun thing to do. Okay, now I think we're done. I have kept you guys long enough. I did sign it. All right, so let's go back to, here it is. There is this board, little sweet painting. And I do have, most of my comments were from Facebook, and Wilson has already read them. Luann says, will it be streamed to YouTube? That must be with my art camp. Yes, it'll be on YouTube as well. But because Facebook the videos will be deleted after 30 days or 60 days, something like that. So it will be on YouTube as well. So you don't have to be a Facebook person to get to go to my membership group. And Natalie says, it's gorgeous. Thank you. Diana says, I always like the repeat instructions. You looks so easy and good when you do it in the outline. Thank you, Diana. You'll keep trying. You need to keep trying. And Diana says, love it. Love the colors. Michelle says, hi, Connie. Michelle from Syracuse, New York. I have a hard time saying that. Welcome, welcome, Michelle. And April says, that's so cool. Sandy on YouTube says, so pretty. And Diana gave some hearts. Carol says, very pretty. Luann says, pretty. And Luann says, great, like being able to watch on large screen TV. I don't know about that. So there it is. Just a little something different. When I big top this, it's going to get a lot brighter. And then I'll paint my edges a little darker color. I'll distress it a little bit, and it's going to just even add much more to it. So that was kind of fun. It was a great way to end my very, very long, stressful day.
Love it.
Bobby says, love it. Thank you, Bobby. So that's all I got. It's the Mixology Kit. The Mixology Sampler Kit. You can get all 8 paints in 2-ounce containers in DIY. And if you always wanted to try DIY or you want to do some type of canvas painting, you get all of those colors of paint. And it's a perfect way to use all of those different colors and not have to order all 8-ounce containers. All right, Mr. Birdie out there is telling me it's time to go. So thank you all for watching. I will keep you all updated on everything that's coming new. Like I said, my website is just live this week, Monday of this week. It just became live. It's been a little bit of a challenge. You know, all technology is a little bit of a challenge. I got most of those bugs worked out. I still have a few more, and then we're going to have a membership group that I'll teach you how to paint with a little bit slower directions versus during a live. So if you're interested, and then I'm also going to be teaching you in that membership group, I'll be teaching you about the color wheel. So we all want to know about the color wheel, right? So I'll be teaching you about the color wheel and all different lessons that have to do with color and what colors go well together and what makes different colors. All right. That's all I have for you tonight. Thank you very much. My new website is live. You can find the Back Porch collection on there, as well as the Mixology and all my other products. Thanks for watching. Until next time, happy painting.